everybody, J.M. Manion here at the NPC Photo Gym, and I am here with your winningest IFBB Professional League athlete of all time right now,
Ashley Kaltwasser.
So Ashley, how many wins are we up to at this point?
37.
You couldn't be 40? I mean, come on.
I'm going to make it 40 soon. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
But I mean, by last year, I mean, it's a little disappointing.
Yeah, I'm sorry to let you down. I'm sorry. I should have competed more. Shoot.
Yeah, sorry, Bikini ladies. All right, so Ashley, we're here again. This is your second time here now already. Mm-hmm. Ashley was we figured out Ashley was the person that I filmed with most at the previous NPC Photo Gym. Mm-hmm. Now you're making a run for this record.
Oh yeah, I like to set records, you know? I like to set these records. Let's do it.
All right, so we are now literally a week away from you stepping on stage in Columbus. Mm-hmm. How you feeling?
I feel like $1 million. A little jet lag, but I feel pretty good. All things considered, I feel good about the package I'm bringing to the show. You know, I always try to improve from my previous showing, and I think I worked really hard in this little gap between Olympia to Arnold. So we'll see what happens, but I feel good about it.
All right. So I'm going to let the cat out of the bag as she has changed her suit color, but she changed it to her previous suit color. Okay, why did you go back to green? Is this like going back to basics? Is this like Rocky when he went back to the old gym and trained, or what?
You know, yeah, kind of. Green is the suit color that I won the most in. And, you know, when I won the Olympia, I wore green. When I won the Arnold, I wore green. So maybe you should just wear green for a while. Maybe I'll switch it up to red a few times this season, but it'll probably be either red or green.
Yeah, I mean, so I was surprised when she pulled out the green bikini to do her posing in.
You were surprised?
Yes, because I was waiting for a red bikini.
Oh, well, you know, it's one of the two, but yes, green. I've been filming the green, and I did really well in it at the Olympia, so I'm like, hey, let's keep the green for a while.
Yeah, you did quite well in your green suit for a lot of years.
Yes, green is my color. I like green. Go green. Woo.
All right, so speaking of contests, besides the Arnold, do you have anything else planned so far?
Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of shows in Vegas this year. Oh, how convenient. I live in Vegas, so I'll probably hit those up. Wasatch Warrior, maybe Clash, maybe Pittsburgh. And I was just going to kind of see how the Arnold goes and then kind of go from there. So depending on how I do with the Arnold, I might need to take some time to improve, maybe build, or if I'm ready to go into the next show, maybe I'll just keep going. But it's hard to keep me away from the stage, to be honest. Like, you know what I'm thinking about right after I get off stage is, what's next? Let's do it.
Well, I remember when we did this last year, the first thing you said is, hey, everybody, whatever contest I won last year, I'm defending my title again.
Yes, that's probably the case this year as well. Mm-hmm. Yes, except for Arnold UK. I don't know if I can do that. If there is one, I'm not sure, but.
Yeah, well, they're going to have a show in the UK, but it's going to be a different one, so you can be the first one to win that.
Okay, well, I might have to take you up on that offer.
Okay, it's the second week of August. I know it's the week after Tampa Pro. I already know that.
Okay, well, I'll have to look into that.
I'll be there.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that makes it a little more enticing, having a fellow American out here, so.
You know, and I'll be a Wasatch Warrior again.
Yes, you will be. Yes. I love that show so much. I love the Wasatch Warrior. They have the best freaking goodie bags and the trophy, that hammer. The trophy gets me sometimes, just like the Sasquatch Pro Show. That was the coolest trophy. That and the Wasatch, the hammer, the Sasquatch, and the Wasatch. Best trophies, by far.
So it must be something out in that area, right?
Yeah, something out there.
All right. So it's been a short time since the Olympia. It's probably the shortest that we've ever had because with the Olympia pushed back so far between contests. So how did your prep go for this? Because you had less time. Yeah,
it was a really weird time frame because it's like not enough time to go into off season, but not enough time just to keep it maintained. So, you know, I let myself relax a little bit. I actually took a few weeks off, took a week off completely from the gym after the Olympia, just let my body recover, and then started going really hard again like a month ago. So, you know, I usually stay quite close to stage look anyway. So I think I went off like maybe 2 or 3 pounds. That's it.
Jeez.
I like to be lean. So.
Well, I've actually had people come up to me and ask how you can do shows all the time. And my answer, which may be wrong, but I'm like, people they either forget or don't know that you are a D1 track athlete.
Yes. And to be honest with you, training for track was harder than training for bikini.
But you understood what to do.
Yes, track taught me how to work hard. So, as a D1 track athlete, I ran the 400 meter hurdles, which is a tough race, okay? Man, it brings back memories of me just running 400 meter repeats on the track and doing so many that I had to throw up afterwards. And my training like that, it's not like that now. I think the hardest part, what most people find the hardest part about prepping is the diet. And honestly, I've gotten so used to the diet that I like my food. So it's not that hard for me to train for bikini. It's honestly harder for me not to prep for a show than to prep for a show because I'm very competitive and I love to compete. I'm an athlete, so I get bored.
I said, I don't think your metabolism ever slowed down after you left track and field because you went right into this.
Yeah, I always like to stay active. I feel like if I'm too sedentary, I feel so so much energy bottled up. I just want to go spend it.
So I've actually given a good answer for people that said that because I never even talked to you about this before.
Yeah, that was very accurate. I'm an athlete and, so it's, taught me a lot. It's taught me how to work hard.
Yeah. And people look at me, they're like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, well, you should.
Yeah. In track, we had a track meet every weekend. So in the springtime anyway. So.
Right. All right. So how's it been going living in Vegas? You've been there how many years now?
Let's see. I moved there in 2020, so during the pandemic. I love Vegas. It's become like a little fitness hotspot. I feel like it used to be Venice, and now it's like everyone's moving to Vegas. All these bodybuilding gyms are opened up in Vegas. A lot of Olympians are living in Vegas now. So it's kind of cool because you can go to any gym and be like, oh yeah, that person's been to Olympia. That person plays at the Olympia. So it's really cool to have a community.
And you have Olympians owning gym. You have Flex Lewis and Iris Kyle both have gyms.
Yes, absolutely. It's an awesome place to live if you're into fitness. So
yeah, and you have Adam's Place, which is good for you.
Yeah, Contest Prep Center. I swear I work out, swear I work. It's it is so helpful to have like-minded people to interact with, and it's motivating because I can't imagine being in the middle of nowhere and just being alone and no one understands the bodybuilding lifestyle, but everyone gets it in Vegas. So it's awesome. And it's a very convenient city too.
Yeah. I mean, so even if you're on the outskirts, as I say, you're off the strip and stuff, I know that there's a lot out there people don't know if they've never ridden out there.
Yeah, I guess you could say on the outskirts. I live by the mountains. So I live in suburbia, but it's nice to have the variety of okay, there's the strip, there's excitement, there's calm places, and many gyms to choose from.
Yeah, well, that's good. So if you win this Arnold, this will be Arnold number what?
This would be Arnold number 3, if we're counting pro wins, because I won it as an amateur in 2012.
Yeah, you're one of the few that has done that.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if you know this, but the Arnold Amateur in 2011 was my first ever show. Ever.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was like, go big or go home. That was my first ever show. I think I placed 14th in my height class. I was so lost. I wore this white bikini. My hair was bleached blonde. I bleached it myself. I thought it looked good. I got a spray tan from the salon. Yeah, my bikini was from Target. I was so lost. So it's funny because in 2011, I got 14th in my height class. I think my conditioning was good. I think my physique was good, but everything else wasn't. It was a learning curve. And a year later, when I returned in 2012, I won overall the Arnold Amateur because I had it together, and that's where the green suit was born. Where the green suit was born.
And you went on to the Team Universe.
Yes, Team Universe later that year. So.
Yeah, and we talked about that. I mean, it's hard to believe that is now. It's over 10 years because that was 2012.
Yeah, what the heck? Where did time go? And I'm still here.
And the fact is, I've seen her, I think I didn't see you I probably did see you in the Arnold Amateur, I just didn't realize it at the time. But I saw her from, she's literally just right down the road. She's literally lives an hour from here. So she did a lot of the shows in the tri-state area. So I remember you as a blonde.
Oh, yeah. I did a lot of the Gary Udit shows. And I remember you came up to me one time and you're like, hey, you should do nationals. And I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, Jim, man, you talked to me. You noticed me. Oh my gosh. I was so happy that day. I don't know if you can remember or not, but I do. And now here we are.
And we're still talking.
Still talking.
Yeah, it was funny when she came in and I was here with Bill Sibilia, we were doing some stuff out on machines, and Bill's like, yeah, it's tough to keep me on track, so I start talking. We just immediately start talking.
Yeah, exactly. Just like time hasn't passed.
All right. So I always ask you this stuff, and I know it's basically the same, but is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to or anything while you're here?
Absolutely. NBC IFBB Pro League, got to thank them because, hey, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them and all the supporters as well. Make it happen. Thank you, JM, for having this set up so we can film and get excited for the Arnold, Olympia, and all those good things. My coach, Adam Bonilla from Team Elite Physique. My main sponsor, High Tech Pharma, who takes care of everything when it comes to competition. They're super supportive, have great supplements too. Angel Competition Bikinis, Trifecta, the Shoe Fairy, Liquid Sunrays. And yeah, Mom and Dad, thank you. For having me.
Well, they're coming to pick her up also.
Yes, and for picking me up too.
That's what I mean. She's that close. When Mom and Dad are picking her up, she's going to go spend time at home and then go over to Columbus.
Yep, as tradition goes, every time.
Yeah, that's how we schedule all these.
Yep. I'm like, hey, yeah, get me in before the Olympia, right before, so my parents can pick me up and spend some time with them, and then they drive me to Columbus. So it all works out.
All right. So if you want to see Ashley break another record, potentially, make sure you're in Columbus next week to see this. And what do you think of the lineup of this year's Bikini International?
It's never easy, Jam. Never easy. It's basically like a little sample of the Olympia. A lot of top 10 Olympians are there, so definitely, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's never easy, but you know what I think is kind of cool is like we're all, with Bikini especially, man, we're all so close. It could be anyone's game on any certain day if anyone's off. So it should be exciting. It's going to be a nail biter for sure. So we'll see what happens, but I'm feeling good. Yeah,
well, I was going to wrap this up with that, when you said something, and I think we've talked about this in previous interviews, but I know a lot of critics on social media say that you cherry pick easy contests. There is no easy contest anymore.
There's no easy contest, okay? And listen, even if there was a contest that turned out to be easier, meaning maybe less girls or something, hey, I cannot control who shows up or who doesn't show up. I don't know till I step on stage. It's not like I'm stalking everyone's page and, is this person doing this show or that show? You know, and I will say, like, sometimes I've gotten my butt handed to me on these smaller shows and not so much on the bigger shows. So you never know till you step on stage, but it's never easy, no matter how big or how small the show is. Never easy. Bikini's tough, man. It's like we were just saying with Belle, it's like you're 1 or 2 pounds off and bikini, it's game over, you know? So you have to come in perfect, especially nowadays. The talent pool is so deep. No matter what show it is, whether it's the Arnold or whether it's a local show, the competition's deep. You can't be off. You can't just, say, oh yeah, I'm just going to do this show. Yeah, it's a lot. And I never go into any show thinking or assuming, yeah, I'm going to win. It's going to be easy. Never think that because it's never easy, ever.
Right. So it wouldn't be one of my interviews if I didn't ask you if you're going to come back and compete in the Pittsburgh Pro.
I hope so. I plan on it, but I also have to see how the Arnold goes. But I want to. I want to say 85%.
Well, here's it's the second weekend of May this year.
Okay, second week.
So it gives you an extra week.
Okay, an extra week to prep. Okay, I like that.
So Pittsburgh Pro and New York Pro are back to back now.
I saw that. Oh my gosh. Well, if I did do those two, I'd probably have to just stay on the East Coast, huh? Probably make the most sense. Going back with West Coast, a little much.
That's what I tell people. If you're coming in, come in, film a Road to Pittsburgh, do the contest, and you can head out to New York and go train at Bev's gym.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I need to go to Bev's gym. I've only been there once.
I think I'm talking you into this.
Yeah, I think you are too. Stop it.
I'm sure Steve would appreciate that.
Yeah, I liked the New York Pro a lot. I competed there a few years ago. It's such an epic show. It's like a lot of hype. Like everyone gets so excited for the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro. I want to say almost as much as like the Arnold too, honestly. Everyone's so excited about it. So. Well,
I mean, let's be honest. Last year's Pittsburgh Pro was probably the closest thing to the Bikini Olympia.
Yes, that is correct. It's never an easy lineup. I mean, with any show, but especially with Pittsburgh and shows like that, everyone who's anyone's going to be there. So
Yeah, I mean, we had 2 Bikini Olympia champions and 5 Bikini International Arnold champions in that contest.
it's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. My goodness.
Yeah, so I guess you weren't cherry picking an easy show for that one, right?
No, I wouldn't say Pittsburgh's easy show. I wouldn't say Arnold's an easy show, or Olympia, or Arnold UK, or any show, honestly.
All right, so we have a 50% commitment.
Oh, 85%. 85%.
All right.
I just can't tell you until I talk to Adam. You know, he makes the final decision. I'm not going to go against his word, but, you know, we'll see how Arnold goes, and hopefully it goes well, and then I can do it.
So you're saying for me to contact Adam on Sunday after the Arnold?
Yes, you can do that. I give you permission. Yes, you can do that. You can put him on the spot, too. Put a mic in his face and be like, I need to record this. Is Ashley doing the Pittsburgh? Do it.
He might freeze.
He might. He'll probably just giggle and just like, I don't know. He'll probably say yes.
Probably, knowing him.
Yes. He's very supportive. He knows I like to compete a lot, so
Yeah.
he's on board.
Well, this is truly, this and the Arnold are really in your backyard.
Yes. It's like, you know, familiar territory, which is nice. I'm very familiar with it, so it's nice to be home. It is.
All right, so now we're going to wrap this up. All right, so JM,
And Ashley.
we look forward to seeing you all next week in Columbus.